of us are here not because of our own doing. Yes, we have worked hard. Yes, we have sacrificed. Yes, we have struggled. Yes, we have made ourselves who we are. But ultimately, if we think about it, all of us are gathered in this room because we are the result of a grand conspiracy of love. That back in our ancestry, there were people who did not give up, who fought for us, who sacrificed for us, many names that we don't even know, who were part of a movement of people through kindness, decency, and love, through courage, sacrifice, and struggle, enabled us to live the lives that we are living now. And we must remember the good. I have a father who tells me all the time, son, do not forget about that conspiracy of love. When it was time for me to go to school, my father was born to a single mom who couldn't take care of him. He was poor. He jokes with me, son, I wasn't poor. I hate when I hear you say I was poor, Corey. I wasn't poor, I was just P-O. I couldn't afford the other two letters. It was a community of people that were there to see that he got food, to see that he had a roof over his head, that raised him and took care of him. People's names that I will never know, but for their love, I would not be here. He was then on his way to go to college, but couldn't afford it, so he was gonna put college off. He might not have never have gone if it wasn't for people that I don't even know their names, who put dollar bills in envelopes and gave him his first semester tuition so he could get off to college. When he got to college and graduated, it was blacks and whites who came together, Christians and Jews, that provided opportunity for him to get his first job at an oil company, first job at a department store, his first job to become, his third job was to become one of the first blacks, at a department store, an oil company, one of the first blacks hired in a wave of new blacks going into a company called IBM. When it was time for us to move into a new neighborhood here in New Jersey, my father went to buy a home in the town I grew up in, Harrington Park. They wouldn't sell it to him. A group of people came together and sent a white couple out behind him, and the house was still for sale. They put a bid on the house. On the day of the closing, my father and a Jewish lawyer showed up to confront the real estate agent for his housing discrimination. The real estate agent, after hearing the lawyer present his remarks, stood up and punched this lawyer in the nose, sigged the dog on my dad. A fight broke out, eventually a court case, and eventually we moved into this town of relative affluence in the northern suburbs of New Jersey, and my parents would sit around the dinner table and said, do not forget the good. They didn't say it in Hebrew. I don't know why. Hakarat, hatov, they did not say that, but they knew those ideals. So I simply want to say to you tonight that we must not forget the good, that we must remember that we are here because of the profound love of others, and we must continue it. We have a Meshuggah mission. We do. But it was crazy dreams that have gotten us to where we are throughout history. And it's only these impossible dreams that will have us be successful. If you will indulge me for one more moment. There's a couple in my life who really, to me, are heroes of chesed. They are soldiers of tzedakah. If I can, Rabbi Block, maybe tomorrow we can think about a new award in Newark. We can call it the Newark Nachas Award. Because this is a couple that has given me, as mayor of the city, great nachas. They've made me so proud. Because they, in every way, are living the ideals of their faith. Every day, through their work and their goodness and their kindness, they are living that tradition that started with Abraham, who was said to be God's favored because he kept his tent open on four sides, that wherever way you were approaching, you would always feel hospitality and warmth. I love the fact that this couple, they're in the hospitality industry, and they own the best hotel in the city of Newark, called the Robert Treat Hotel. They are being honored tonight, and they are my friends, and I want to recognize them for the inspiration they give me through their goodness, and most importantly, through how well they live every day, their faith and their values, through how they embrace the Newark community. I would just like to give my congratulations and thanks to the Berger family and to Mr. and Mrs. Berger right now. And so again, as I conclude, I want to encourage this organization. I look forward to being in a matter of hours in front of the Kotel and giving prayers of thanks to what this organization is doing, not just for some, but for so many. And I want to conclude just giving them 2 words of encouragement. Simply this, Yasher Koah. Thank you. Richie. No, get over here. Richie, get out. Richie, let's go. Arthur?
No, it's not right. It's not right. You want to strike. It's in your business. It's your area. It's your business. It's so good. Yes, it does. Thank you.
Beautiful. I think you're up. Oh, he's going to speak.
Yeah, I'm going to say, you need this?
I'll take this.
Get some space
over
over there. I got my
I take up a lot of room. Whoa, you got your own book.
Same as you.
Wow.
On behalf of Suzanne and myself, let me first thank Mayor Booker for taking time out of his extremely exhausting schedule to do us and Colel Chabad the honor of being here and making this presentation to Suzanne and I. Thank you, Mayor Booker. I would also tonight like to say hello to a friend of 50 years, Mr. Robert Schwartz, who I went to Ramaz with back in the 60s and 70s. I haven't seen him in nearly 30 years. And Robert, you look terrific tonight. I hardly recognized you. You haven't changed. In fact, this reminds me of a cute story, if you will, of a man named Moshe Rabinowitz. This Moshe Rabinowitz gets up one day and he decides he's going to redo himself, remake himself. So he goes on an OptiFast diet. He loses 45 pounds. He goes to the hair club for men and gets himself a beautiful new hairpiece. He goes to Bergdorf Goodman for men and buys himself the most luxurious suits and outfits. And to top it off, he decides to get himself an Italian sports car, a Maserati. He's driving home from the dealers at 85 miles an hour and loses control of the car, and the car strikes a telephone pole, and he's instantly killed. And his neshama, his soul, goes up to heaven and is met at the gates of heaven by 2 angels. And he says to the angels, why? Why did you do this to me? I give tzedakah, my kids go to yeshiva, I daven every Shabbos, I go to shul. Why did you do this to me, Moshe Rabinowitz? With that, the angels look up at him and say, Moshe Rabinowitz, we didn't recognize you. In any case, Colel Chabad recognizes you, friends. And to be honored by Colel Chabad is more than an honor. It is a responsibility. A responsibility to commit caring for the poor and for the needy in Israel. A responsibility to carry on and increase a tradition that is backed by over 2 centuries of ceaseless effort to alleviate hunger, pain, and desperation. Until you've seen Colel Chabad in action in Eretz Yisrael, you cannot fully appreciate the scope and integrity of its programs, the range, the reach, and the variety of its institutions and projects. The operations of food, clothing, shelter, dental care, medical services, interest-free loans, the list goes on and on. It is simply breathtaking. How one relatively small organization can accomplish so much is a case study in purity of motive and the efficiency that results from relentless integrity. So let me congratulate Rabbi Duchman and his staff here and in Israel for their tireless efforts. Suzanne and I would also like to congratulate our fellow honorees who could not have chosen a better charity to give their support to. Thank you and good evening.
Hanukkah begins tomorrow at sunset. However, the menorahs you see on your tables have already given a great deal of light. Because these are no ordinary Hanukkah menorahs. They are the artistic endeavors of some of Israel's most severely challenged men and women. The 40 residents of the Colel Chabad Grabsky Rehabilitation Center for young victims of multiple sclerosis, the only one of its kind in Israel. The light of the menorah gives warmth, gives strength, gives happiness, and gives purpose. On behalf of the artists who made these menorahs, and on behalf of all those that benefit from your abundance of kindness, thank you for joining us, and have a happy Hanukkah.
Dreidel, 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 I meet you at a clay, and when you're dry and ready, oh dreidel, I shall play.
We ask our good friend, Ronald Phillips, to lead us in the Hamotzi.
Let's work here. It's here, it's working, it's all right. It's off.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, hamotzi lechem mino oretz.
The Rebbe encouraged every Jew to light candles on Hanukkah. We have prepared menorahs and candles outside in the foyer for anyone who would like to partake in the mitzvah. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy your dinner.